6 handbags are quietly aging women over 60 right now, and the worst one isn't the one you're picturing. Stay with me until number 1, because it's the secret a boutique owner said out loud by accident, and once you hear it, you'll never shop for a bag the same way again. I need to admit something before we start, because I don't want to stand here and pretend I've always gotten this right. For almost 12 years, I carried an oversized tote everywhere. Work, errands, even nice dinners. I told myself it was practical, and then one afternoon a friend snapped a photo of me from behind waiting at a crosswalk, and I almost didn't recognize the woman in it. Shoulders rounded forward, the whole left side of my body pulled down by a bag stuffed with things I hadn't touched in months. That photo is the real reason this channel exists. So, if any of what I'm about to say stings a little, know that I'm not lecturing you from above. I'm standing right next to you. Because I lived every one of these mistakes first. Welcome to Stylish 60 Plus, where every week we talk honestly about fashion over 60, style that actually fits the life you're living now, and the small shifts that build real confidence after 60. If you've ever typed "does my bag make me look older" into a search bar at midnight, wondering if it was just you, it wasn't. There's a real reason a handbag ages a woman faster than almost anything else she wears, and it isn't really about the bag at all. Here's the part most style videos skip. A handbag sends 3 silent signals before anyone reads a single detail about the rest of your outfit. Posture, because of how it pulls your shoulder. Effort, because a bag that's falling apart or overstuffed reads as neglect, even when everything else about you is polished. And status, because whether a bag looks quietly expensive or loudly branded changes how people place you in about 2 seconds before they've even seen your face clearly. When I asked women in this community to describe the last time a stranger's handbag changed their first impression of her, nearly every single answer mentioned one of those 3 things: posture, wear, or branding, without me ever naming them first. That's not a coincidence. That's how consistently these 3 signals actually work. Understand them, and you understand exactly why we're doing this today as a countdown from the most common mistake at number 6 to the one almost nobody talks about at number 1. Number 6, the oversized everything bag, the one I just confessed to. You know the one. It fits your wallet, your glasses, a paperback, a granola bar from a road trip you don't remember taking, and it's still somehow not big enough. Here's what actually shocked me once I started paying attention to my own posture in photos. It wasn't the bag size that aged the whole look, it was the constant list to one side, the same subtle forward lean over and over until it became my resting posture, even without the bag on. That's the real damage. Not the weight in the moment, the pattern it trains into your body over years. The fix isn't carrying less and suffering for it. Look for a structured medium tote, roughly the size of a piece of carry-on luggage folded in half, nothing larger than about 12 by 14 inches, with a defined base that lets it stand upright on its own when you set it down. That last part is your in-store test. Set it on a chair and step back. If it collapses into a slouch, put it back on the shelf. A well-made one in this category typically runs somewhere in the $150 to $300 range, and it will outlast 3 of the flimsier bags you'd otherwise replace every year. This is the difference between an outfit that looks pulled together and one that looks like you're still catching up with your own morning. If that one already felt uncomfortably familiar, go ahead and tap like right now, because we're only getting started, and the mistake that surprised even me the most is still 4 spots away. Number 5, the heavy logo bag, and I already know this one is going to ruffle some feathers, so let's just get into it. I know some of you paid real money for this one, and some of you are still buying the newest version of it right now, that puffy, monogrammed, quilted crossbody that's been everywhere online for the last 2 years. I'm going to say something a lot of style channels won't. That bag isn't making you look current, it's making you look like you're trying to look current, and there's a real difference. There was a moment when a bag covered edge to edge in a designer's initials was the ultimate signal that you'd made it, and it worked for a while. But styles like that were built for a specific decade, and fashion has quietly moved past shouting. Here's the part a stylist once explained to me that changed how I saw every logo bag in my closet. Heavy branding isn't actually a luxury signal anymore, it's an insecurity signal because it does the talking a genuinely excellent piece doesn't need to do. When the leather and hardware are anything less than exceptional, the logo isn't hiding that, it's advertising it. If you disagree with me on this one, good, tell me why in the comments. I actually want the argument. What replaces it is what stylists now quietly call quiet luxury, and it's become one of the most searched styles for women over 60 for a reason. Look for a beautifully made leather bag in a rich neutral, camel, chocolate, soft gray, deep navy, or a warm cognac with barely any visible branding at all. In the store, run your hand along the seams. If they're perfectly even with no visible glue or fraying, that's your signal of real quality, no logo required. This is the bag that whispers instead of shouts, and it's exactly what separates a woman who looks quietly expensive from one who looks like she's still trying to prove something. Number 4. The tiny micro bag. It photographed beautifully online a few seasons back, but here's what I actually tested because I didn't believe it myself until I tried it. I timed how long it took to find my keys in a micro bag versus a properly sized crossbody, 40 seconds versus 6. That's not a style problem, that's a daily tax on your patience. A bag that can't hold your reading glasses, your phone, and your keys at the same time isn't a style statement, it's a costume prop. The fix is a crossbody size to actually hold your real life, roughly 8 to 10 inches wide, worn so the bottom sits right at your hip bone, not higher. Adjustable straps and a secure zip or clasp closure are non-negotiable. Worn at the correct length, a crossbody distributes weight evenly across your body instead of loading one shoulder, and it visibly improves your posture the moment you put it on. You get your hands free and your elegance intact without the 40-second key search in the middle of a parking lot. I hear from so many of you in the comments about this next one, more than almost any other topic on this channel, so before we go further, tell me quickly which number so far has already called you out. 6, 5, or 4? Type it below. I genuinely read every single one, and it helps me know exactly what to cover next. Number 3. The worn out Old Faithful. This one isn't really about the bag, it's about loyalty, and that makes it harder to hear. But cracked leather, tarnished hardware, and frayed corners don't read as lived in or sentimental to a stranger walking past you. They read as neglect, and that impression quietly spreads to the rest of your outfit, no matter how carefully you dress that day. This is different from the logo bag or the clutch because this one isn't about the wrong style, it's about the right bag left uncared for. This doesn't mean throwing away anything meaningful. It means picking one well-made piece and actually maintaining it, cleaning the leather every few months, conditioning it twice a year, storing it stuffed with tissue so it holds its shape, and fixing small tears before they become big ones. A well-cared-for bag signals something quietly powerful, that you value yourself enough to maintain the details nobody's forcing you to maintain. That single habit is often the real difference between a woman who looks expensive in a $40 bag and one who looks tired in a $400 one. And speaking of bags that quietly work against you at the exact moments you most want to shine, the next one shows up almost exclusively at the events where you're trying hardest to look your best. Number 2. The outdated evening clutch, heavily beaded, sequined in a jewel tone that belongs to a very specific decade. I had one of these for years, gifted to me, and I loved it. And every time I carried it to a special occasion, I quietly wondered why my whole look felt slightly off, slightly dated, even when the dress underneath was current. It wasn't me. It was the clutch, sitting there in my hand, doing all the wrong talking. The Fix is a modern, minimalist evening bag, sleek leather or satin in a neutral or soft metallic finish with clean lines and a delicate chain strap you can wear on the shoulder when your hands need a break. This style of quiet luxury handbag for women over 60 will look exactly as elegant a decade from now as it does tonight, because true timeless design doesn't compete with your outfit, it completes it. Take a breath, because this next one is the reason you're still here. It's the one I teased in the very first sentence of this video, and once I tell you where it came from, you'll understand exactly why almost nobody says it out loud. Number 1. A viewer named Margaret wrote to me a few months ago. She'd spent most of her adult life believing something her mother taught her, that a handbag has to match your shoes exactly, same color, same tone, same finish every single time. For over 40 years, Margaret bought a new bag every time she bought new shoes, because in her words, that's just what a put-together woman did. And I want to pause here for a second, because I hear some version of Margaret's exact story from women almost every single week, the same inherited rule, the same quiet relief when someone finally gives them permission to let it go. So if this already sounds familiar, you're not alone, not even close. Then one afternoon she was standing in a boutique and she overheard the owner, someone who dresses women for a living, tell another customer something that stopped her cold. The matching rule isn't elegance, it's outdated caution. The women who actually look effortlessly chic are the ones who let one excellent neutral bag carry them through outfits that don't match it at all, because a little contrast is exactly what makes an outfit look styled instead of assembled. Margaret said it was the first time in decades someone had given her permission to stop. She went home, pulled out her best neutral leather bag, and wore it with a pair of shoes that had nothing in common with it. She told me she got more compliments that week than she had in the entire year before. That's the secret almost nobody says out loud, because it sounds too simple to be true. You don't need 5 bags color matched to 5 outfits. You need 1, maybe 2 genuinely excellent neutral bags in camel, black, or cognac that you trust to work with almost everything you own. The slight intentional contrast between your bag and your shoes is exactly what separates a woman who looks put together from a woman who looks quietly, effortlessly expensive. Letting go of the matching rule isn't a shortcut. It's the more sophisticated choice, and Margaret's story is proof that sometimes the biggest style upgrade of your 60s isn't a new bag at all. It's simply being given permission to stop following a rule nobody ever actually needed. So before you go, here's your blueprint. Screenshot this part if you want to keep it. 3 tests to run on every bag before it earns a permanent place in your life. The weight test, pick it up empty, and if it already feels heavy before you've added a single thing, your body will thank you later for walking away. The structure test, set it on a table and step back. If it collapses into a heap instead of holding its shape, that's your answer. And the function test, does it have real organization inside? Pockets, dividers, a secure closure so you're never doing a frantic search for your keys in a parking lot again. Quickly before you go, here's everything we covered. Number 6, the oversized everything bag. Number 5, the heavy logo bag. Number 4, the tiny micro bag. Number 3, the worn out old faithful. Number 2, the outdated evening clutch. And number 1, the matching rule almost nobody tells you to break. If even one of these hit close to home, that's not a failure, that's just information, and now you have it. Tell me in the comments which number was truly yours, and be honest, were you a matcher just like Margaret? This channel is genuinely built by women like you talking to each other in that comment section, and I read every single word. If this helped you even a little, tap that like button now. It tells me exactly what to make more of. Save this video too, so you have the 3 tests ready the next time you're shopping, especially with wedding season, summer reunions, and the holiday party invitations that always creep up faster than we expect. If a friend of yours has an event coming up and you already know exactly which one of these 6 she's guilty of, send her this video right now, gently with love, the way only another woman over 60 can. And if you haven't yet, subscribe to Stylish 60 Plus and join the women who've decided 60 isn't the age you start fading into the background. It's the age you finally stop apologizing for taking up space. New videos land every week, and I promise you don't want to miss what's coming next. Because here's what I want you to walk away with today. Elegance after 60 was never about chasing every trend, and it was never about hiding who you are either. It's the quiet difference between looking put together and looking like the effortlessly expensive, confident woman you've actually become. You've earned the right to carry only what lifts you up. So go check your closet, run the 3 tests, and let's build a wardrobe that finally matches everything you've grown into. Like this video, subscribe to Stylish 60 Plus, and I'll see you in the next one.